Everybody.
I don't know. Did anybody see me? Am I on camera? Because I've been trying to get this camera thing down, and it never works.
I can't see you.
But that's all I see. Not you.
Because I have a camera in my phone, and then I have a camera on my desktop, but I usually don't use that computer. I usually just do it on my phone. So maybe I'll try that sometime and see if maybe that'll work. Because I wanted you guys to be able to see me during the call.
I could see your picture, but I know what your picture looks like.
Oh, good.
I can't. All I see is a phone. Because that's not Asha, is it?
No.
That's Candi.
Yeah, it is.
I think.
Who was talking? Asha?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was someone else. Okay. I knew I recognized the voice, but okay. Then who's that? Somebody's on the phone, right?
I'm on a cell phone.
Who's I?
Asha.
Oh, so you're in there twice.
Is that you?
Oh,
Candi?
it's her twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, am I on there twice?
The person that's the phone is Candi. That's my
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Identify yourself.
Identify yourself. 1, 2, 4.
All right. Well, should we introduce ourselves for those of us that don't know each other?
Everyone.
Erin's the first one on my page.
So okay, I'm Erin Wester. For 6 years almost. In June it'll be 6 years. I'm a 1-star diamond coach. Barbie Club is my direct upline. And even though I've been a coach for 6 years, over 3 years I really didn't work the business. My actual coach that I went to high school with got kicked out of Beachbody, and I got assigned to Barbie, and I was totally intimidated, and I just didn't work the business for 3 years, which was silly. So when I came back exactly 2 years ago, I went from Emerald to 1-star diamond in 10 weeks. So it really doesn't take 6 years. And I'm just really trying to help my team build and help them be better, because that's what this is about, is helping my team be better, my challengers be better. And I just want something that is duplicatable to them. And that's really why we're doing this, is so something that all of you guys can duplicate. And you have all your coaches.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, Erin.
Yeah, because I don't know you, Sarah, at all.
So I'm Sarah, and I've been a coach for about 3 years, and I'm 2 under Barbie. So Susan's my coach. I believe Susan and Erin had the same coach that was kicked out of Beachbody.
Yep.
And her name was Sarah, so don't get that confused with me. But so anyways, yeah, I'm Sarah. I'm a mom of 2, married, don't live too far from Erin. We get together for coffee once in a while. So and I just met Erin through Beachbody. So that's one thing that I love about Beachbody is meeting, other just like-minded people that we can, brainstorm and do, business together and, have fun together and work out together. So I was a diamond coach. I recently lost my diamond. It'll be back. It should be back like any day now. But I'm a diamond coach. And what else about me? I'm just excited to be in this group, so everybody can grow together. I know from my training, what I think I benefited from the most when I started was doing these calls and listening to other people and learning from other people. So that's why we wanted to do this, was to give you guys a place where we could group together a bunch of coaches and share how we're doing things, because everybody learns differently. So we're hoping that having a group like that and sharing and getting to know each other and depending on each other and sharing our struggles and success will help everybody. So glad to be here, and turn over to Trina.
Hey everyone, so I'm Trina Marthaller, and I am a diamond qualified coach, I guess. I recently lost my diamond, so I've dropped down to Ruby. This is my first time actually helping to run a training group, and I think the biggest thing for me is I started coaching last May, actually on my birthday, and I hit, I was Emerald within 2 weeks, and I was Diamond within 3 months, and all of this was great. Although after the fact, after I hit Diamond and, I was cruising along, I was like, oh, like I blew through my warm market, and I just didn't have a place to go. So my coach is Heidi Wagner, and it goes up from there, and indirectly we're under Barbie. But you know, I just didn't have the training. My coach was brand new as well, and we were a pretty new team a year ago. We've built and grown significantly, but I just didn't have the training. I just didn't have a plan. I didn't know where to go, and I just don't want the same thing to happen to my team. And so I teamed up with Sarah and Erin. I almost said Erin. I've combined you two. Erin.
Okay, that works.
You know, it's great. Erin. And I just really want to see everyone succeed. So I think, you know, this coaching, we're doing this for you guys. And I think it's always a good refresher for us. I mean, I'm hoping to also get back my diamond, and I've got big goals to set for myself this year. So I think, you know, there's always something to be learning, always something you can be doing. And I'm just excited to share the knowledge and be a resource for all the new coaches that are joining. And hopefully, you know, you guys can be learning from some of the mistakes that we made along the way and going along. So that's me in a nutshell.
Forgot to tell them you're from Canada.
And I'm from Canada. I hail from Calgary, Alberta. The wild,
And
wild
they don't have cafe latte there.
But
Cafe latte right here. Sorry.
calm down, Sharon.
Yeah.
Calm down. But I did try it at Super Saturday.
Right.
My husband hates coffee and loves it, so that tells you something.
But here's the thing about cafe latte, not to sidetrack the conversation. You could just throw a little coffee in your chocolate vegan, and you know,
Sure, yeah.
that's what I'm going to tell myself to make me feel better.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Becky went off and is going to come back, so she can talk. Because she can't talk.
Oh, okay.
She left and is coming back.
Okay.
So she messaged me. And she's brand new as of she signed up last week, brand new.
Oh, wow. I don't know. Heidi, you're on the right on my screen. Do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure, I'll go. My name is Heidi Rye, and I've been a coach. It'll be 2 years this coming August. And I'm under Tammy, who's under Sarah. And, you know, I originally just got into coaching just because the discount, and then people would ask me what I was doing, and it was just kind of like talking to people, more like hobby. I wasn't really thinking of it as a business. But, you know, the more I'm getting into it, I'm a nurse. I'm in my doctorate program to be a nurse practitioner. But the more I was talking to this Super Saturday, I was talking to someone about just how frustrating it is in the medical field. Like, we are reimbursed on our patient satisfaction. And so, like, if we talk to people about nutrition and weight loss, instead of prescribing them a drug, they don't give us the best feedback. They give patient satisfaction scores. So it's like, you know, we're supposed to be, you know, promoting health, but yet patients don't want to hear that. So it's just so frustrating. So I was kind of went off on a tangent, but my goal is to really like promote health and fitness separate from my job, because I don't do that.
Can't do it there, right?
Since I can't do it at work where I'm a nurse, which makes no sense. It's just so ass backwards. But yeah, so that's me.
I forgot to say too, I work in healthcare too. I am not a nurse, but I do work in healthcare as a MRI tech. So I sense the frustration that Heidi has too a lot. At work, it gets harder and harder each day to see patients, and they're just so like helpless, and you just want to help them the way they need to be helped, but they're so like brainwashed, and it just,
and not only that, like I'm given 15-minute appointments to see a new patient. So can I go over all the risk factors for like AFib, obesity, caffeine, sleep apnea, diet in 15 minutes when they're there to talk about their pain.
Right.
And what rank are you, Heidi? Sorry, are you emerald or what are you?
I'm emerald. I'm really close to diamond.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I think she's just 2 coaches away, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Really good.
So we're just going to have to unmute people as we want them to talk because it's getting too loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just telling you what I'm doing.
Asha, did you want to go next?
Okay, you're unmuted.
Okay. Thanks for muting me because there was noise in the background.
I muted everybody. Don't take it personal.
Oh, I don't. Okay, well, my name's Asha, and I've been coaching. I think it's going on going on 3 months. I haven't really had any success yet as far as like sales or signing on coaches, but I have increased my likes to almost 200 on my page, and I have people following me, people coming up to me and saying they're interested. I've been staying consistent with it. I've been doing a little less of the posting lately and trying to do more actually building relationships, just because I feel like I've got enough people that are watching me now where I can start focusing more on trying to connect with those people rather than just trying to post all day long, because that's not really, hasn't really been getting me anywhere. And I've been feeling a little bit discouraged. The main reason for that is because of what I was talking about earlier, whereas there's people that will say that they want to buy something. Yeah, they say they want to sign up for like a challenge pack, or that they want to get involved in a fitness program or do Shakeology, and then they go so close to like, I'm on the site, I'm looking at it, and then the biggest objection I get is, oh, I didn't realize it was going to cost this much. And that's happened to me probably at least, probably in the last couple months, like 5 times, where I've had people pretty much right there ready to buy a fitness program or a challenge pack or Shakeology, and then they'll say, oh, I didn't realize it was this much. It's not in my budget right now. I'll have to get back with you a little bit later. And then they just kind of stop talking to me after that. And I wonder if they all along weren't going to buy anything and they were just stringing me along, or if it's really a thing. Because I believe truly if they really wanted to make this lifestyle change, that money wouldn't be so much of an issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, if you really want to get fit and get healthier, and that's like at the top of your, want something at the top of your priority list, I don't think an extra $30 or $40 is really going to steer you in a different direction. So I kind of just wonder if these people are really for real to begin with. But at the same time, it kind of makes me feel bad, because I put a lot of time and energy into talking to these people, and they seemed very interested. And, you know, I really was truly trying to help, and I was hoping I could help them. And then they just kind of blew me off. So I'm trying to stay motivated with all these blow-offs going on and just keep at it. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now. Trying to stay motivated and trying to find the right people that are going to actually follow through.
Right. That sounds, I know we've talked about that before. I think on a different call we talked about it too, but I would even suggest maybe sharing some of your conversations in our group, so we can see kind of where they're going and maybe where it's falling off a little bit, because I think they're just not seeing the value in it. And I don't know about you, but when I have my conversations, we talk about price way before they order, so they know going into it how much it's going to be, and we kind of go back to their why. I kind of, we talk about price kind of the last thing, and if they ask too soon, I just say, I'd share the conversation back into my control and just, say that, I have to find the right program and depending on their needs, and that kind of thing, and just really get to their why and what they're looking for, and then get into the price at the end, so they know before they go onto the website, how much it is. But I also, I do ask before that, talk about the program. Does that sound like something that would help you? If they're having problems with time, go back to time and how the time would help, or if they're having problems with portions, go back to that, and just does it sound, kind of have them talk themselves into it or see the value in it. So, but yeah, if you would share your conversations, we could kind of all piece it together and see if there's something that is missing that we could help with.
I think too, there's always the option of, if they're, saying, oh, it's so much money, like Shakeology is so expensive or whatever, always the option to get them into Beachbody on demand, right? Or just other options, right? Like saying, okay, like I get it, maybe you want to start off viewing the programs, or if they say, well, I'm unsure, that's a lot of money to invest and I don't even know if I'm going to like the program.
Right.
Just making sure you're always offering different options, or even just saying, you know what, why don't you sign up for a free account and we can look at getting you a 5-day clean eating menu to start off with, something like that, that's going to offer them. Like, lots of people are going to be like, what? Like, you're going to offer me something for free? Like, no one's ever offering anything for free, right?
And you can always go into the 2-week clean eating group that we have and just use that meal plan. You can use that with your people. I have no problem with you using that.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And I missed what the plan was that I could go into. Sorry, I'm holding my daughter, so I got a little bit.
It's okay. Yeah, just go into our 2-week. I'll tag you. I'll tag you in the post that has the meal plan and just use that.
Okay. I'll try that too.
Yeah, that would be good because a lot of businesses do that. They're offering free webinars or they're offering this or that just so you can see what we all have to offer and get an idea of what it is that you're getting. They can, on demand, they can try the programs with the clean eating, they can try that. So that's a really good idea. So.
Okay.
Okay, who else needs to introduce themselves? I just see a phone.
Candi, can you come on speaker, Candi?
Yes.
Oh, there you are.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Candi Howard. I'm from Manitoba, Canada. I'm a mom of 3 kids, ages 6, 3.5, and 2. I'm married. I'm a stay-at-home mom. We farm with my husband's parents. We have cows and grain. And I signed up with Trena in the end of July and became Emerald in August. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, I guess. Kind of hit us, everything happened really fast till October. November was still good. December, some personal stuff kind of happened, and then I decided that I needed to kind of step back a little bit, and I worked on myself with some personal development for January. February, I was kind of getting back into it and just kind of working on myself, and then March, I was back messaging people and trying to get some interest rolling again. So I'm just looking for an extra push.
And as a side note, we found out that we're actually cousins, Candi and I. So it was totally random. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's kind of crazy.
It was the craziest thing. We were like, we have all these friends and like everyone has like the same last name. And I was like, well, how do you know these people? And she's like, well, that's my cousin. I was like, but that's my cousin. So it was really funny. Anyway.
Wow.
Candi, I actually, Heidi here, I actually farm with my husband's parents too, so my in-laws, and we raise beef cattle and grain. So
cool.
Crazy.
Where are you located, Heidi? Did you say that?
Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yay, farmers.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought of right away when she said that. So. All right, is that everybody? I don't have my screen on anymore, but
Yeah, that's everybody.
Yep. I mean, I have 6 people on my screen. Is that everybody?
Yep.
Yeah, I have 6 as well.
Okay. Okay. So who wants to start the juice of the call?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. I'll go. I'll talk about, we each kind of pick some things that we want to talk about on the call. So I will start with, I always like to start with just having you guys take a minute and just, thank yourself for being on the call and for taking the time out for you and your business. Because, we all have, I think all of us have kids and are busy and, farmers and working out of the house and, doing all kinds of things. So it's nice that you are taking the time out for you and for your business. And so I just wanted to, you guys, I don't take the time out to say how awesome that is and for you guys to realize that too. And then what I want to talk about mostly is just organization and getting, realizing that to be, we start this group and we have a lot of people that, have a lot of goals that they want to reach and they're very excited and, ready to go, and then we kind of fall off as time goes. So I think the most important part starting out is just getting organized and finding that time that you're going to need each day, just because life is going to happen and there's going to be things that are going to come up. The kids are going to get sick or you're going to have to work extra hours or something's going to always come up. And just from experience, putting things off and putting things off, things just pile up. So just making that commitment and finding that time, looking at your schedule and realizing I have to find at least an hour a day, for this training. And then if you're doing an hour, power hour every day for that too. So just kind of trimming out things too. I've had to trim out some things, and the laundry's not always done, or sometimes dinner's not ready. So we have Shakeology, but just kind of trimming out things that can be trimmed to make the time for the business. So just so that your organization that you're putting into it just kind of matches your goals. And if you've got big goals, but you're not organized and don't have the time to spend doing this and being on the calls and, sharing your posting and posting at least 3 times a day, then, you need to reevaluate your goals, because you're not going to get, out of it what you put in. So just wanted to reiterate too that your business is only as healthy as you are. So, taking the time for yourself to work out, taking the time for yourself to make sure you're drinking your Shakeology, that you're eating well, that you're taking, time for yourself, and you're not just business all the time, because that can cause you to start to regret the business and, kind of shut it out of your life. So just make sure that you're staying healthy and that you're taking time for yourself as well. And I think towards the end of the call, I just want to go over and make sure everybody understood like the power of 3s and just how we're doing the posting and stuff in the groups. So I'll save that for the end in case it comes up, along the way. And I think that was all I had. I think organization ties into commitment. So just wanted you guys to think about, what your commitment level is to the business from a 0 to 10, and just make sure that, your commitment is matched up with your goals. So let's say you're committed at, a 6. And so you're going to get, you're not going to get good results with that. You're going to kind of be wishy-washy, and you're not going to be, consistent. So just have to really make sure, same thing. I think organization, commitment, and all that has to match up with your goals. So I hope that you guys all can really find the time. And even though you might not, I know we put in a lot of work, and we don't, we plant a lot of seeds, and we don't get that instant gratification a lot of times. And some months are good and some months are bad, but just sticking through that and staying consistent, because people are watching and people are taking notice, and, they need a leader. They need somebody that's going to, stand up and keep going. So they will come along. So that's what I had that I wanted you guys to just, make sure that you're doing is finding the time to get organized and just checking your commitment level and how committed you are, making sure that it matches your goals. So somebody else can take it from there.
You want to go, Erin? Do you want me to go?
I can go.
Hey.
I'm going to share my screen here, what I do. I'm going to talk about goal setting. I'm a huge Chalene Johnson person. So can everybody see this notes thing right here? Goals of the week. So
I don't. Does everyone else see it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, now I do. Okay.
Okay, so Chalene Johnson says every week you should sit down and set 10 goals, not look at the goals you set for last week. So these are the goals I set. I do mine Sunday night. That's when I do my goals. It's my goals for the week. And it's I am statements saying you already have it and what day you want it. So these are my goals for the week. I don't look at the goals from the week before. They might be a lot of the same goals, but this is just my goals for my business. So my first goal, I am 5-star diamond coach by 12/31, so end of this year. I am making $2,000 a week on 10/31. I have a downline of 3,000 coaches on 12/31. I have a downline of 2,000 coaches.
Right now?
Yeah. That is because Barbie has her second business center underneath me. So that doesn't happen to everybody. I'm just really lucky. I have people like Alita Steele and Rosa Friesen under my leg. So that means that my other side we need to get our butt in gear. So that's the goal, is to build that side. And that's what me and Stuart, my diamond coach, are doing. So my goal is to get to 3,000 coaches by the end of the year. I still have weight to lose. I want to weigh 160 pounds by the end of the year. We have a third vehicle. We need to get it paid off and sold. We need to get rid of it. We want to have no credit card debt by the end of the year. We're going to have 2 $2,500 savings bonds for our kids in the next year. I'm going to be 10-star diamond the end of 2017 and 15-star end of 2018. And in 2018, I'm making $5,000 per week. That's just the kind of goals I think. And then in my mind, I just break it down into smaller goals. So for me, I want to be 2-star by summit. That's my goal. My goal is basically 5 pounds a month. So I break it down. We have the car down to $10,000 right now. So that's breaking it down. So we're trying to pay off $1,000 a month on it so that we can get it sold, because we know how much we need to get it down to. So it's just really in your mind, having really concrete goals and having set dates you want to achieve your goals, and they have to be measurable goals. So saying, I want to get healthy isn't really going to work. Saying I'm going to exercise 5 days a week, that would be a concrete goal because you can measure that. Not saying I'm gonna work out more. That's not. Just kind of having really setting goals. I mean, you don't have to do this every week. You can do short-term goals. You can do however you want, but that's just how I do it, and it's been working well for me. I had some pretty big goals to be 5-star by last summit. Obviously, that didn't happen, but that just means I make new goals. And making the little ones in between makes it more doable, because if you're looking at like 3 years from now, I think it's just too hard to really build on that. That was my part, goals. And yeah, setting goals and knowing what you really want. Doing a dream board, that would be another part of goals. I haven't even done a dream board yet this year, which is horrible. I'm just really busy with a newborn baby, so it's hard. Even as a stay-at-home mom, it's hard.
Well, it's kind of like a dream board because you have it written down.
Right. And I do that
you don't have a picture with it, but
yeah, but I do it every week, and it's in my computer, and every Sunday night I just sit down and I write them.
Right. Yeah, I know for my team, we had the goal for this month to make a vision board and just throw anything. I know one girl wanted to have her house payment paid for with Beachbody, so throw a picture of your house on there and write that on there just so you have that. Have it as a screensaver, put it up on your bulletin board, just something that it's your vision and you're seeing it and you're working on that. Sorry, was somebody saying something? Or was that a child?
Oh, child.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe even this, setting goals for this group, what you want to accomplish, each week while we are in the group. And I like the breaking it down, because a lot of times it's like with weight loss or anything, the longer that we have, the more discouraged that we get because we're not getting there very fast. But when we have small goals, we have that sense of accomplishment as we reach the small goals.
Yeah. So I'm going to go next, and I'm going to talk to you about your accountability and your consistency throughout the business. So like I said, when I started last May, and within 2 weeks I hit Emerald. Within 3 months I hit Diamond. And as soon as, May, June? So as soon as the end of July hit, rolled into August, was still hitting Success Club every month. Got through September, scraped by October. November came along, and it was like, what is the plan? What am I doing? And, I didn't have the coach training that is available now. And I didn't have a plan. It's basically what it comes down to. And I wasn't being consistent, right? I wasn't being consistent with my workouts. I wasn't being consistent drinking my Shakeology. I just thought, well, this is great. Like, people are just coming to me, and I'm going to hit Success Club every month, and this is easy, right? And then I lost my rank. And it was like, oh, so this personal development and consistency on my page and consistent workouts and being a product of the product and the 3 vital behaviors, all these things that I wasn't doing, it was like a big eye opener for me. So I think for you guys, the important thing is, like I said, is the consistency, right? No matter what feedback you're getting from people, or no matter how quickly you're growing your business. In fact, I encourage you, if you are growing your business that fast, to really make sure that you're set up so that you can train your coaches, so that you can train your people, because I wasn't set up. I didn't know how to train my coaches, and it hurt me, right? In the long term, I lost about 12 coaches over it. So lesson learned for sure. So like I said, just being consistent with your business, in what you're doing, right? And there's tools out there for you. There's coach training, there's your upline. I really encourage you to get a Success Club partner if you don't have one already, because I think for me, I had a successful partner and she quit the business, and that sort of was another, hit to my business, because I was like, well, now who do I have to bounce stuff off of? But just getting back to the basics sometimes, right? Sometimes I think we get caught up in overthinking things, and we get caught up in, well, this coach is posting this and this coach is, and I need to be doing all of this extra busy work. You don't really need to be doing that. If you're seriously focused like on doing the daily posts, the daily accountability, 3 vital behaviors, and doing them consistently every day, reaching out to 3 new people, your business will grow. People will relate to you. People will see that, wow, like you do work out every day. You do drink your Shakeology. But again, in the same breath, not being a coach that's like, I drank my Shakeology today. I drank my Shakeology today. I drank my Shakeology. Like, nobody cares. Like, yeah, you drank your Shakeology today. So did Erin. So did Sarah. So did Candi. So did John. So did Bob. Like, everyone's drinking their Shakeology. What message are you putting behind that that's going to add value and consistently add value to your business, right? Thinking about those kinds of things that you're posting. Am I just drinking my Shakeology, or was I, lacking energy and I used to drink 12 cups of coffee a day, and you know what, when I replaced my 12 cups of coffee a day and I started drinking my Shakeology, like I really got energy, and my hair is growing and my nails are growing and I feel great, and I'm a better mom because I can play with my kids for 3 hours a day, whereas before I couldn't, or you know what I mean? Like, just adding value to those posts. So for me, again, I think once I started doing that, people started relating to me, and people started, watching and reaching out, and I found that I could relate to people in my cold market better, because I could go to their page and it was a mom saying, on my 6th cup of coffee today, like, wish I had more energy. I can help you. I know how to relate to you. I'm kind of rambling now, but that's kind of what I wanted to talk about is just really, really being consistent with your message, and using the 3 vital behaviors. If you're ever getting stuck, if you're ever getting, caught one day where you're like, oh, no one's reaching out to me, I don't know what to do. Honestly, sit down, do your power hour, go through your 3 vital behaviors, and just see what happens when you're consistently doing that every day.
Mm-hmm. I think, Trina, you and I talked about that too when before, that you and I are very similar. I had a lot of success right away. And so that didn't gear me up to really do anything as far as growing my network each day, because I had people coming to me and coming. I mean, it was a slow start, but then once it started, people were coming to me. So I wasn't doing the 3 vitals. I wasn't doing the power of 3s. And now that's showing, because my warm market is dried out. I haven't added friends to my network. I haven't, done anything to build, that part of it, grow my network anymore, and to have those connections and relationships. So now it's kind of going back and backtracking and doing what I should have done. And yeah, the overcomplicate thing is huge, because I tend to do that too, is like, oh, I should be doing this and I should be doing that. But if you guys, anybody went to Super Saturday, I'm sure that you heard about the vital behaviors, and there's a reason, because it's like the secret sauce, it's the whole, like, focus on that and your power hour, which is all kind of into that, and your business will grow. So it's just sometimes so easy, and we think there's more to it, but there's not.
The other thing I was going to add to that too is set yourself up for the month ahead, right? So we talk about, like I said, consistency, the 3 vital behaviors. So if you know that, well, next month, I don't know if I'm going to have people, start talking to them now, right? Like, if you've already hit your success for April, or you've got some leads for April that you're already working with, start reaching out to new people. And sure, maybe they're not going to sign up for a challenge pack today, but it's reaching out to them, and not even talking about Beachbody. Like, be like, hey, Heidi, I see that you're a farmer. Wow, that's awesome. Like, I love eating beef tacos. I don't know, like, relate to relate to people however you can, right? Like, sometimes literally I will just spend 10 minutes or 15 minutes of my power hour just scoping through Facebook, when it's like, hey, so-and-so, add this person as a friend. I'm like, well, maybe I will. And I look through their page and I see that they've got, I don't know, a daughter. Well, I have a daughter. Their daughter looks the same age as me. Oh, I wonder if she's, I relate to something that my daughter's going through, or whatever, right? And just I'm like, oh, you send the hey girl message, right? Like, hey girl, saw that your daughter's sick. Like, you know, just saw we had some friends in common, whatever it is. Right. But maybe I'm not going to sell this person a challenge pack. Maybe I will. Maybe it'll be 6 months from now. But that's sort of how I've learned to build my market so that I don't ever have another month like November where it's like, ooh, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't have anybody. I haven't been talking to people, right? Like,
sometimes it takes a good month of talking to people to have it, seeds to.
Sometimes, sometimes it can take a while, but it's, again, your consistent message and your 3 vital behaviors that are seriously going to build your business. And I was a skeptic. I'll be honest with you. At first I was like, really, this is going to work. And then I just started doing it and it was like, yeah, this is going to work because it works. It does.
Right. Does everybody,
let me just say something quick, everybody here. So last year I was getting Success Club every single month. Every single month I hit Success Club all the way through October. And then October I gave birth to my kids, my babies, my twins. And then, I hit Success Club. Everything was fine. Everything was set up. And then November things happen and one of them dies. And, so there's 2 months there that I didn't hit Success Club. I didn't talk to anybody in November. I really didn't work the business. I mean, people understand why I didn't, but like a week into December, I was talking to people again and I did not hit Success Club. So for 2 months last year, I did not hit Success Club, but I talked to enough people in in December, that January, I had 14 Success Club points. So that goes from 0 in December to 14 the next month. So, I mean, it does literally take a month to build relationships with people. And something bad happened. People were following me. People were still watching what I was doing, but obviously I wasn't consistent. I wasn't doing anything. But it took that month of being back and being consistent to have it happen. But, bad things will happen. So you just, took up those 2 months. That's just what happens. Luckily, I had a team under me. I had Stuart to step up and help my coaches, or they would have just been like ditched for 2 months. So you just got to think about that Beachbody is your family and they're going to step up and help you no matter what bad thing happens in your life. That's kind of how it is. And I mean, January, I think, was the best month I had of the business ever, my whole ever. And that was just really a month, just really focusing on the relationship, not selling, not saying buy this challenge pack. It's building the relationship, looking for people like you that have been through what you've been through so you can really connect with them and they'll trust you and they'll believe in you. And that's what this is about. It's not about Success Club points. It's about the people you help. And I don't know if they've done this other years, but last year they put out the numbers of how many challenge packs you sold. So how many people you helped. So to say I helped 56 people last year and I did nothing for 2 months and I still helped 56 people. And that is only the people that paid. That doesn't even count all the other people that you help. So that's what you really have to think about is who you're helping and why you're doing this. And because if you're doing this for Success Club points, the Success Club points will come when you have a real reason to do this business. Right. That's my emotional 2 cents. Bad things can happen, but you can bounce back and be better.
It's so true. And to Erin's point, like it's sometimes people relate to, well, not sometimes, people do relate to that. I mean, everybody is human, everybody. Whether you're a Beachbody coach, you're a single mom, you're a single dad, or you know what, you're 60 years old, you're 25 years old. Everybody's been through something and everybody can relate to something, right? And that's what it's about. It's about being real and, not being, hi, I drank my Shakeology, but being like, you know what, today was a shitty day and this happened and my kids are sick and you know what, or whatever, whatever's happening,
right?
Post that because people want to see that and people will relate to you. And people, it's not about airing your dirty laundry on Facebook or anything like that, but it's about digging deep, like into your why, like those 7 layers of your why, and really, really, really putting it out there to say, I'm human too, right? Like I'm a coach, but yeah, like I miss workouts, I had a bad day or whatever it is, right?
And yesterday I got a message from another coach, like a totally different team, not even anybody connected with us at all, who said, I've been following you for years. And, since, bad thing happened, since that happened, you've been real, you've been relatable. Your posts are so much different than they were. Before it was generic, and now it's not. And I think that kind of message from another coach saying that the way you change up how you're doing something and how you're portraying yourself, and that's motivating them to be like that, I think that's the kind of message that will change your whole day. Because I get those messages all the time, and those are the kind of messages that make me keep going when the hard day, my baby's not sleeping, I'm not getting anything done, the laundry's piled up, the dishes are in the sink. But then you get a message like that from somebody, and it's all worth it.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So you just be you and be real, and that's what people are going to want to follow.
Right, and just finding that, like Erin's you found your niche, definitely nailed into that. And yeah, just finding people like you, exactly like we have, like the farmers on the call, you have people that are other farmers, of course, you can relate to each other, when you work in the medical field, you just automatically have that connection with somebody from that. And then other things too that you've been through or struggled with, or, that you've gone through, just trying to think about, what kind of people that you want in your life, and to surround yourself with those kind of people and go look from. I've had fun with this since I've been doing the Power of Threes and adding the 3 people every day, searching for friends on Facebook, just with search for friends of friends who like running, or search for friends of friends who like yoga or Whole Foods, the things that I like, or like TV shows, and I've had fun going in and looking at people's profiles and thinking, oh my gosh, this person could, totally be my friend. We have a lot in common, and, and just I friend request them, and then just keep track of them and just kind of start liking their things. And, you never know, conversation could start. And it's just all about the connections and the relationships. I know this weekend too, at the Super Saturday, talking about people always watching, and you never know who's going to see your posts, and just, expanding your network and adding friends into your network. Not so you can message them and, get Success Club points, but just so they're in your network and they see what you're doing and what you're posting and stuff. So when you do have, join my next challenge group, or interested in coaching things, that they already know what you're doing. But the coach this last weekend that spoke, her husband, she wasn't on Facebook at all, didn't have any social media experience, nothing. Her husband saw a post about coaching and had wanted her to look into it. So she looked into it, and she's now a 7-star, 6-figure earning coach, and her husband's the one. So it's just the connections too, because you never know who's going to see your post, because friends of friends then see your posts. And so it was just real eye-opening to me recently with that, because I thought, okay, I get it now. I get it. I had a problem with just friend requesting random people, but it wasn't really random. It's friends of friends kind of thing. And so far, it's gone really well, and it's been fun. I've actually connected with, people that are like me. I've been a girl that, has got a blog, and her daughter's got Lyme's disease, my daughter has Lyme's disease. She has Lyme's disease. So we have that, connection, and we can talk about that. And it just takes the weirdness out of the air. Not that it should be weird, because it's not, because I don't go into it thinking sales, no intention at all, but just to get to know people. And it's just fun, being around people that are like you. And so the Power of Threes I was just going to make sure everybody had access to that, and, was printing it out. And is that what everybody uses, is Power of Threes?
Yeah, I'm going to have to post it in my group again and pin it for them.
Okay, I didn't know. I'm sorry, because I had...
yeah, we use that too.
Okay, I just want to make sure that. Well, some people use the business activity tracker or something like that, but Power of Threes definitely print it out and just start. It's a place to start. Not going to be perfect every day. You're not going to have everything every day, but just a place to start. And then you can track it and see where you're lacking. I'm lacking with inviting. I'm lacking with following up, or with, finding friends. So,
does anyone have any questions?
Who is that coach, Sarah? I just want to know, since I wasn't there.
Her name was Martha Smirka.
I don't know her.
Marsha.
I call her Marta. I called her okay, it's Marsha. Marsha.
The next one I'm going to speak, so I'm pretty...
Yeah. I know. We're going to have to go watch Erin,
I'm so
everybody.
scared. Ours is much smaller, though.
You're going to do so awesome. Yeah. Yeah. So well, I want to give you guys some good news. The good news is that we are taking Sundays off. Woohoo. So, I know with Erin, with her business, she takes every Sunday off to be with her family. And we talked about that and just how important that is. So we decided to take Sundays off with our posting and everything. I mean, you guys can, post stuff if you want to, but it's a day off. And if you haven't been doing what you should have been doing that week, then it's a day to catch up. So it's your choice what you want to do with that day.
You guys hear me at all?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I just know if I was on mute.
So now we'll take questions and.
Yeah, no one's on mute.
Oh, one more thing. Can I just say one more thing?
No, yeah.
Oh, is she done yet? So in the accountability post that we're asking for each day, just make sure that you're posting underneath that instead of just posting your own thing, just because it's easier for everyone to see and keep track of if we want to go back and look at somebody's. And also, what was I going to say about that? Yeah, just make sure that it's in there and that you're posting every day in there. The how, like not just that you added 3 friends, that you invited one person, but how you did it. Like you went into Facebook and you added 3 friends, or you joined a new group, a group that you had things in common and you got friends there, or you invited a person that you met, just kind of how you're doing things so we can learn from that and people can get ideas of where they can meet people and talk to people and things like that. So that's all I have right now.
I can see you.
Oh, you can see me now.
I can see you. Hey.
I'm nursing my daughter right now. She's she just turned 2, but she's still on the boo. Want to say hi, Ariana?
Oh, hi.
I have a question.
For sure.
I have a question. So I get a lot of friend requests from people that sell like the It Works stuff. Mm-hmm. And I have no idea who they are, and I'm just really turned off by it. So one of my fears is when I friend request someone and I maybe am a friend of a friend, but they don't know me, I'm afraid that they're going to get that same feeling, and I don't want that. So just wondering what your guys' thoughts are about that and if.
So what's happening when they message you? It works. What are they saying when they message you?
Hey, would you like to try a free sample? Or I'm doing this. I'm placing an order.
Exactly.
Is this something that you're interested in? And
so it's sales, right? It's hey,
it's so salesy.
You want this? Can I sell you something, right? So.
Or even just even just sending a friend request, and then I look at their page before I accept it, and then I see, they're an It Works distributor, or
I just don't accept them.
Advocare.
Yeah.
So I just don't want to do the same.
Right.
And then
I would try to stalk their page as much as I can to make sure they're not in another company. You can't always tell. That's the problem. You can't always tell.
Well, this is the thing that I just learned and just changed on my Facebook, is I do not have that I'm a Beachbody coach on my page at all anymore. So when I do friend request people, they see that I work at Bruhn, and then I'm a health and fitness coach, but I don't have, this was something that was talked about with Barbie and I think it was in the Diamond Mine or something, but just something, and it makes sense. So when you go to friend request people, people see that, they're just trying to, poach me or whatever, or sell me something, because we're truly not into sales, and we're just into relationships and just really meeting people. I mean, really go into it like that. And so I took all that off of there, and I mean, they'd have to look to find that out. I mean, I'm posting motivational stuff every day. I'm posting health and fitness stuff every day. I mean, they'd really have to dig deep to see I'm a coach, but seeing, she's a health and fitness person and she's got her own business, she's got her page. And so I recently took all Beachbody stuff off. So when I friend request people, you want to keep people wondering what you're doing. You don't want to spill everything out there and say, this is I'm a coach and I do this and I do that. Have them wondering gosh, she's so positive and she's so motivated and she's always around awesome people. And what does she do? So you just want to kind of keep that interest there. So I would take off. For a while there, they wanted us to have that on there, but I think it makes more sense to have it off of there so people are wondering and they get to know you for you and not thinking that you have an alternate motive because we don't have an alternate motive. So.
And the other thing is too, like, obviously you know how you feel when they message you and it's like, hey, I'm placing an order. Do you want 600 of this or whatever? When we reach out, or I know for me personally, I always try to build the relationship first. So before I even consider bringing up Beachbody, unless they bring it up first, I'm like, hey Heidi, like, I see you're from Wisconsin and you're a farmer. Wow, like, what do you farm? And, oh, you have kids. That's great. Like, how many kids do you have? What are their ages, right? So then you're creating a conversation. You're creating a relationship instead of saying, hey, Heidi, I'm a Beachbody coach. I said, you know, like, I want to sell you a challenge pack. Like, are you interested? Shakeology's amazing. Like, because then you're like,
Do
no.
it all the time.
Right.
You want to buy some apps? Do you want to buy some makeup? No.
Yeah. You know, so
you are.
You know, like when I met people, I don't even, I don't even talk about Beachbody unless they're the ones who have made that content and brought it up first. So it's just all about your approach. It's all about how, and to that point too, though, not scripting people, right? Like not, and I think we talked about this, like just not, you know, not being a robot and saying, or copying, pasting a lot of messages, but just being real and relatable.
I'll sometimes, like, I go back and forth if I message people or not. I tend to message people from my like page that I add as friends, and I'll like look at their page and say, you know, thanks for your ad. It's nice to connect with like-minded people. And I'll say something like, I love your cover photo. You know, a lot of people have like cover photos, like of the beach and stuff like that. And I'm all about the beach and Hawaii and stuff like that. Or I'll say something about their cover photo or about just something without seeming like I'm really stalking them, but something like that. Friends that I don't get from my like page, and I just do friends of friends, I don't really message. I just keep track of them, and I'll just start liking their posts or commenting on their posts and just start adding value that way. So it's just what you feel comfortable with and what you feel like doing. And if you don't want to, you know, be salesy, then, you know, yeah. All right. That was a good question. Because I think that might have been why I was held back from adding friends too. Because at first I didn't know how to do it. Like, would I just go start randomly friend requesting people? But the search bar up on top where you can do like search for friends of friends who like this or that, and you have like 50 friends in common, you're thinking, why haven't we been friends? And so I think it wouldn't be weird. I've been finding people that I lost touch with over the years from like high school or from college or something like that, that I thought, oh my gosh, why weren't we ever friends? You know, well, because back then we didn't have Facebook, and then when you got Facebook, you didn't think of everybody on the list. So I've just been having fun going in and doing that, and then just going back and making, you can see what friends you requested. If it's been over a week, just get rid of the request and call it a day. So
yeah, for me, for friend requests, I send friend requests to people that like my page, and then I am parts of like child loss groups and stuff, and I build relationships in there and friend request them from there. I don't really do people, you know. I just build relationships with people in the group, and then I friend request it. That's how I used to do it way back when. When I actually got Stuart as a coach, I found him in a P90X group.
Oh.
So there, you know, it's just a lottery.
Right.
For him. But that was just luck. But that's how I used to do. I used to go in like the Beachbody groups, and I would like chat with people and do it that way. But nobody does that anymore.
Right. Or like hundreds of people do it, you know, so then Beachbody is kind of cracked down, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I get probably, this is just me, I get 10 likes on my page a day. I send a friend request. I'll have maybe half the people accept my friend requests.
Right.
But I do a power of 10 because I have big, really super goals. So then the other 5, I work on building relationships in those pages of people that are like a diabetes page or something like that.
Do you pay to sponsor your page, Erin, or are these people that are just...
I pay $1 a day for likes, but it's super targeted to my niche. Like it's targeted towards moms who have experienced trauma, have experienced depression, anxiety, and like fitness, things like that. So it's specifically targeted, which I thought would be too narrow, but it's not. I thought, I was like, oh, this is going to be so narrow. No, I'm finding so many good people.
That's what I'm working on. And, you just got to start somewhere. I'm working on really getting it narrowed down. So I started big and then just trying to go smaller and find the niche.
I think I had 1,200 likes 2 years ago. Now I have 5,500 likes, and that's doing $1 a day.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do too, is $1 a day. I used to do 5, and I just do $1 a day.
And if I run an ad, if someone will like my ad, I'll go in and invite them to like my page. Mm-hmm. Another way to get likes, and then I convert those people to friends. That's
I have one question.
Yeah.
How do you guys do like the invite friends that are friends of friends, but that are targeted like in a certain area? Like without just scrolling down like your friend list and like asking their friends to be your friends, how do you narrow it to like friends of this friend that are interested in fitness, friends of this friend that are interested in health, like that type of thing?
Yeah, I don't do that.
I type it in the top, up by where you type in like a group or something. I type it in there.
What do you type? I don't even know how to do that.
Friends of friends who like, whatever you like, or like where you shop, or what kind of magazine,
search bar,
TV show, what?
In the search bar, you can type that?
Yeah, just up on top there. I would just do friends of friends who, and then it'll list friends you already have too, but then it'll also list friends of friends. So,
right. I know about the suggested friends, but I didn't know that you could do that. Like, cause I haven't really done any of that yet. So I just wondered if, that doesn't sound like a bad idea, but I don't know.
It's just an option. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to go add like 20 people a day, and get like spammed, by Facebook, but
right.
I have fun going in, and I make sure I look at their profile and I see if there's somebody like me and that I could be friends with. If not, I just same with my like page. I don't friend request everybody. I just kind of go in and look at their page and see, who they are, what they're up to. And if they get my approval, then I'll friend request them. So.
Right.
But yeah, just another option or a way to look for people, or I'll go, Facebook tells you your suggested friends. You said that, yeah, your suggested friends, but then that's an option.
I run the ads too. I usually do like $1 a day, and I don't do it every day, but that's usually what my limit is. And then I've got like a lot of people that way, not like a ton, but I mean, I do usually get at least like 3 or 4 a day doing it that way.
Right. And I thought that I heard at one time that, and I don't know, Facebook changes so much, but I thought I heard that if they like your page and they're your Facebook friend, they're more likely to see your page posts. But I don't know.
Right.
I heard that from like Sandra Kalowski or somebody, but at one time I had heard that. So that just kind of made me reiterate, like, definitely worth it to pay the $1 a day and then to go in and look at who's liking my page. And I'm not getting as many people like me as I want. So like Erin's got, like she said, her niche like so narrowed down. We don't want to be broad and have it where we can help everybody. So we want to just really narrow it down to people like us. I'm still working on that. It's going to take time. I think for Erin, it took time, right?
Yeah. Hours.
What?
It took hours.
Only hours?
Like weeks.
Yeah. So it's just starting somewhere. And then you kind of, I think action, overtakes like the fear and just the not knowing, just like you don't know how it's going to work or how you're going to do it or what you're going to, but just do it. And then you kind of figure out, okay, this isn't working. I'm not getting my niche. So I need to really narrow it down more. I need to do this or that. So it doesn't mean it's you. It doesn't mean it's, not going to work. It just means you got to do a different approach and reevaluate the solution. So.
Sounds good. I'm laying down with my daughter, so sorry if my camera view is like super weird. She still nurses to sleep, and I'm on my phone, and I'm surprised the video even worked, but I didn't want to not be on video. So if there was any guys, I probably
that's commitment right there.
I think we're almost ready to wrap up anyways.
That's an hour. We should probably stop.
An hour, so if there's any questions, just reach out to the group and we'll get to them, obviously, and call next week and call to action tomorrow. And
feel free to post conversations too, like when you're getting stuck, post conversations in the group, and let's help each other to get that going all the way to the end and wrap up so we can help more people. So
Sounds good.